I hope this finds everyone doing well. I'm back out here on the 49 again, and I'm doing these things in segments. I'm not very good at this. I know I'm not, but if I can get some videos out there that people can see that you don't never have to give up. That's all I'm doing them for mainly. I'm old myself, and it's hard to get up and down doing all the things that I do. But I enjoy doing it. And I enjoy working on this old car, and I'm just trying to put these out so maybe somebody that's my age will understand that you don't have to give up. I'm not talking about working on cars, but whatever your love is. This is my love. I love to work on these. I'm not talking about love like family, but it's something that I really enjoy doing. So I want to go ahead and explain that right quick. And I appreciate you guys that are watching so much. I didn't put this on to get thousands of followers. I put it on so people could, like I said, understand that you can do something. You can always go for whatever your dream is. Go for whatever that you enjoy doing in life. God wants us to be happy. We have to live within His boundaries, but He wants us to be happy. So I encourage you to do that. Now, I've got the 49 up. That was a lot said. But I got the 49 up in the air, and what I'm going to do today is try to drop the drive shaft. And I know it doesn't drop per se. It does come down, but enough to get the U-joint out. So that's my goal today, is to hope that I can get that done, that I can get this drop down and get the U-joint out. And if I can get that out and find out what I need to fix it with, I can order the parts, whatever that is. But I have got it up in the air. I've already got a few tools and things around. So a lot of cleaning up to do. That thing's not been torn into, as far as I know, a number of years. So that's what I intend to do today. So and I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy making it. But I appreciate it. Talk to you guys later. Bye. All right. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I've got the car raised up, my old 49, and my transmission grease. I'm going to check the level on it, if I can get enough light on the situation. And I can find the tools that I sewed underneath here, Summers. There it is. Now don't look at my floor plans that I welded. It's welded on the top. Underneath. Get that out of there. I know. It's probably low there. I've been doing this. I'm sure. What about that? Okay. Splash around there. No, anyway, I'm not going to get my finger in there. No, wait a minute. I'll make sure I'm in there. And I probably don't have any way, because I know I can't get my finger in there. That hole ain't big enough. By the time I get through spearing around, I get my little finger in there. I can't touch no grease. Let me get my light back up there where you can see too. I'm gonna have to find me something or bend me something to see if I can figure out. Now, what I'm fixing to do, I'm not going to advise anyone to do, but it's laying right here handy. This is a leaf, an oak leaf. So don't use nothing but oak leaves when you're checking gear oil. I'd like to find a better way to. That's what that is. That's a oak leaf. And I'm going to try to stick it me get my light around here. I'm gonna try to stick it down in there to see if I can find any grease. And I ain't found no grease yet. So it's low. It's way down here. So, and the problem is right here. I don't know if you can see this or not. Move you up here a little bit further. Where all that grease is. I don't know if you see that or not. That's the drivetrain. This is the drive shaft. Let me get back up here. This is the drive shaft. And the thing that I need to tear apart and clean up and fix is right there. I don't know if you see that or not. Nope. See it now. This cover covers the U-joint. It's got these bolts. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull that back because I don't need putting grease in it. It will leak right back out of there. This thing right here has to move. This is got a U-joint inside of it. See, I don't think it's gonna go back no further. Pin that around here a little bit more. Tell you what, I'm gonna take this right here and turn it around. Howdy. That is what I'm talking about. You can see that. It's leaking. It's got 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and there's one round on the other side. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that loose and see about making something, or see if I can order something to fix that with. Because if I don't keep it from leaking, they ain't no need putting grease in it because it'll leak right back out. So, when I get that tore apart, I'll come back and show you. I'd never been into one, believe it or not. Ain't no telling how many of these old motors I pulled over the years, but I don't think I ever pulled a transmission out of one. But I'm fixing to learn. So we'll see. I will get back with you as soon as I get that tore apart. All right, maybe you can see what's going on here. I don't know if you can or not. I got the light on it. I'm gonna take this off. And I got these fancy dancy gloves here. And I bought a whole box full of them. And I bought extra large. And if these things are extra large, I'd like to know what the small ones are. All right. Let me get the right socket here. I think that it's a 13. Yeah. Now, I've worked on this thing off and on for 3 years. And knock the camera over too. I can do that. Now then, see if I can get this back up there where it was. Now then, one on the back side, I think, what did I do with my light? Turned it off, I guess. The battery may be dead in it too, who knows. But anyway, I don't know why. I think That might stay there. I don't know. Oh! I got to figure some way. I don't even know what I did with my... Yep, my battery's dying. That's the problem. I got to recharge it. That ain't gonna help much, because it ain't the easiest thing in the world to get out from under here. All right, they're out. I probably didn't bring anything. I got them bolts scattered to separate this with. Come think of it, it's all fall all in my face here. I got a knife somewhere. It ain't easy to get your hands in your pocket, them gloves. Grab a hold. Ain't that something? I done forgot how to. There you go. Get that unlocked. Boy, that. Oh, there is this seal. Yeah, that's what. That seal's what's broke or bad. It's rubber. I wonder how in the world you get that thing on there. That right there is probably what the problem is. It also has a gasket on it. The gasket looks okay. But boy, that seal is going to be a booger. So I'm going to have to get it again because I done forgot. Yeah, it's going to go up in there. I wonder. No, it ain't. It's going to go right there. I don't see exactly how that's going to work, but actually, or even how you get that out. I know you can't see nothing. Yeah, you can. See a little bit. This, well, I say you can. This right here is probably in the way. Get that back out of the way. This right here is where the grease is coming out around that. It does have a gasket on this. And I wonder if... Ooh, look at that. I may be getting into more here than I know how to fix, too. Okay, back up on there. Problem is all this junk that's on this shaft here. Yep, I'm going to have to clean that up. All this here is going to have to be cleaned up. Then this slides back. And that's probably where the U-joint is also. And that's how you put the new seal on it. So, I will have to end this and come back and find out what I got to do to clean all this up. I don't know if you see it or not. But I've got to clean this up. I don't know if you see that or not. See if I can get this thing turned around. Alright. I'll have to clean that up. Now then, all that crud there has got to come off. That, you see me turn this thing right here. I'm sure that's got a seal in it too of some type. But this whole thing right here, this whole joint, not joint, but this, whatever you want to call it, because my baling wire's in the way too. That slides back. This whole thing right here slides back. But it can't slide back very far because of all the garbage on there. And I've got to get this back further. So I'm gonna go get something to do it with, and I'm gonna clean that up real good. And then I'll come back, slide that back, and we'll both learn something. So I will be back directly. Bye. All right, I got it cleaned up. And I'm going to ease this back now. I've got something to catch the grease because it's leaking. But I did get this shaft cleaned up enough to slide this back. I don't know what's in there and whether I done any good or not. I've never been into it, so I'm kind of blind when it comes to this. Now there is the U-joint. I don't know how in the world this does have a cap on it too. But it feels all right. I see it does. Let me take this loose so the compressor will kick on in a minute. Now, I'm going to have to get you up here a little closer and turn it around. Maybe. There you go. Now then, I don't know if you see that or not. But that is the U-joint. I got so much grease on this side I can't see nothing. But that's the U-joint. And really, I don't know how this is going to work as far as getting it to where you can see it. Well, I don't know how these pros do it, but they do a much better job than I do. Let me back up a little bit. I don't know what this, that's the emergency brake bracket. And that's you see the 2 bolts there. So it's got caps on it. So that will come loose apparently. Now, I don't know exactly how that comes apart, whether that shaft will slide back, and I believe it will. And I'm going to take them caps off. You can see them. If it wasn't for my baling wire, you could see them. But anyway, there are caps there. So I'm going to take those nuts off or bolts out and then push that back. And then I'll see about ordering whatever I need to stop this leak. And if that U-joint needs replacing, I'll replace it too. Can't see it, but anyway, if that needs replacing, I'll replace it too. But that's where I'm at. I'm back trying to get this thing situated. I got oil all over, grease all over my phone. Trying to show you what that is. But it ain't nothing but a U-joint, but it's a sealed U-joint. It's inside this shaft, closed-in drive shaft. So that ain't hard to get to. Now, getting them bolts loose and getting that out may be hard. I don't know. But I'm going to find out because I've got to try to stop it leak somehow. And it does have a little vibration in it too, so I don't know. I think it's just splined on the rear end. There's not a U-joint back there. There's one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Might be better off to do it from way down here. Phone has got grease all over it. And I can't show you the grease that's on it because I don't know how to do that. But I got grease dripping off of my phone, so I got to go clean it up. But I'm going to go get me some more tools. I ain't got what I need under here naturally. But I'm going to take that out, take those two caps off, and see if I can scoot that back and drop that drive shaft. No, that drive shaft ain't going to drop. No way for it to drop. But if it'll just slide back far enough for me to get that U-joint out, check it out, and then I'll see about getting seals or whatever I need for that thing. But anyway, that's where I'm at. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. I have no idea if that kicked off or if I just didn't turn it on. Anyway, you can see, I'll have to go back and look and see. I have slid, took all of the bolts off of this. And I showed you that yesterday. I think I showed it. This right here. And then slid this back so that I could get to, I'll get right here in a minute. That thing's kind of slick. I don't know which way that goes. I think it goes that way. But anyway, talking to myself. This yoke, that's the U-joint. Now that does not have any slack in it, so I don't know whether I'm going to replace it or not. I just have to look and see if I can find one or see how hard they are to come by. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that one. This thing is splined. You can see how it's splined. And then this goes on this, and it will slide back once you get these 4 bolts out. It will slide back far enough to move up and down where you can get it back in there. This thing is heavy. This thing right here is spring loaded, so you just almost have to have a jack to push it back up to get it back up in here where it needs to be. There's a lot of pressure on it. And it kind of made me a little bit nervous when I dropped it down there because I've got jack stands on the back. Well, that whole rear end moves when that drive shaft goes up and down. So, like I said, it made me a little bit nervous, but it was all right. Now, I'm going to take this back out, and hopefully I can get this off without a whole lot of trouble. I don't know that, but I'm going to try to. No, that's going to come off there pretty good. That comes off, because that's got to be cleaned up, of course. It's nasty, nasty, nasty in this right here, too. Hopefully. No, I've got it. I don't know whether I can get it off or not. I'd like to get it off because I got to clean it up, too. It turns real easy when it's in the right place, but I've got it shoved back there as far as I could get it. And I'm sure it's probably it may have a seal in it too. Or I may need to replace this thing. I don't know how that works. As many years as I've worked on these things, I don't see anything up in there. That don't mean there ain't something that goes up in there as far as a seal to keep that from leaking. Now there's a seal in here, but you have to have a special tool to get it out. And from the way it looks to me, the way that slides up on there, the way this shaft slides up on there, it's pretty clean when it gets on and comes off. So I'm thinking that seal will probably be okay. My understanding is that if that seal's bad, then the grease that goes in here to lubricate the U-joint will go back in the back. That's my understanding. But anyway, whatever happens, happens. I've got that off now, and I got to get this cleaned up. And when I get it cleaned up, and my parts come in, I ordered parts for it, so they won't be here till one day next week. But when that comes in, I will we'll come back and we'll reassemble this thing and see what happens then. Maybe I can stop that leak. I've got to set the brakes up and do some other things I want to do to it before I take it back out. I'm getting pretty close to the point of tagging it, and I want all these things working good. It's got brakes on it now, but it's about a half pedal, and I'm going to see if I can get them up a little bit tighter. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm going to take this off too while I'm thinking about it, because I got to clean that up too. That does not look bad. And I don't know. It does have some yoke wear. I say it does. That doesn't turn, so I don't know exactly. I don't know. This right here shows some yoke wear right there. It's not bad. I can't tell if it's any worse on one side than it is on the other, and it may be the way it is. But I got to clean this up real good, and of course put the seal in it. There's a seal that goes back in this. And then there's gaskets that go on it, and the gaskets are really shims. That's to let you know how tight you're on that ball. Probably what I'll do is go ahead and assemble this back on there. And I don't know how I'll do that, to be honest with you, to find out. Because once you put this thing together, I don't know how and where you could tell, because it don't move. For us, it don't do this until you go over a bump or whatever. This right here moves like this when the rear end goes up and down. So I don't know. They say that those gaskets are also shims, so you don't get it too tight. So I don't know. I'll have to do some more checking on that. But that's where I'm at. And when I get this stuff cleaned up and parts get in, I'll come back and this will be part one, that'll be part two, and I'll put that all back together. And I may also, while I'm underneath here, document setting the brakes up on this thing. That's not a simple task. But anyway, like I said, I'm not used to having one that'll turn around. I'm laying down. I know this don't look very good, but as soon as I get that done, I'll come back and we'll reassemble this thing. And I appreciate you guys, those that are watching. And like I said, there's a few people watching, and I appreciate it. So just if you will, just be patient with me, because I'm not good at this, and I'm not doing it. I'm not a professional, don't aim to be, but I would like to try to help some folks if I could. So I will talk to you guys later. Appreciate it. Bye.